Okay, so hi you guys, this is the Pretty Coach, also the Pretty Coach Oracles and everything like that. Welcome to an episode of, I don't know what this one is going to be. I think it's going to be Confidence Conversations. That's what I have named all of my spiritual conversations. So I'm definitely speaking in an accent. I tend to switch up from time to time. Don't mind me, okay? I was sitting here talking to myself like I normally tend to do in the mirror or whatever, and I was talking about the significance of really getting to know sidereal astrology and as well as tropical astrology. And I wanted to just talk about the way that I view sidereal astrology. It's not that nobody asked me because they didn't, but it's my channel, so I guess I can talk about what I want, right? So long story short, I was in meditation, but before I go to that point, I was talking out of my just talking, and I feel as though Spirit was talking about how significant and important it is for us to really, really, really get to know ourselves, okay, on a very deep level. One of the ways that I find that I'm beginning to really learn myself is through my natal chart, through astrology, through finding out where the planets were when I was born, all that good juicy stuff, because all of that influences everything. And the Most High did that on purpose. We come from the stars, okay? We've literally got the universe inside of us. And there's a specific place that we incarnated from in the universe. And all that information truly shapes who we are, what role we're here to play. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting my lashes on, guys. I feel like getting dolled up today. I'm going to find out where the moon is today, and we're going to see what the freak that's coming from. But long story short, because this could cut off at any moment. Actually, I don't want to rush. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm back. What I was saying is, you know, all of the planetary influences that we experience and that we find in our charts, they all play a role in like what we're here to do. And also not just about what we're here to do, the struggles that we'll face and everything on this journey, and what we have to overcome, what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are. Where did that glue go? Because I know it's on my little necklace somewhere. But yeah, that's what I'm learning is so freaking important, like about our charts. So number one, you need to know where the planets were, because these are they're really going to be a part of your soul. They're going to really influence your soul. So number one, sidereal astrology for me, I feel like sidereal astrology talks about our soul energy. I might be struggling, but whatever. Talks about our soul energy. Like, that's what I learned during meditation, that sidereal astrology focuses on where the planets actually were during your birth, like where they were in the sky, which obviously would dictate which portals that each of our souls come through and things like that. So to me, what I'm learning so much about sidereal astrology is that when I read, like, as far as what my sign is there and all of that kind of stuff, it makes so much sense, because on my inside parts, referencing beloved really quick, on my inside parts, like, that is really fucking me. And I was tripping because in tropical astrology, I'm considered a Leo sun, Leo moon, and Cancer, Mercury. But Leo's are confident and all of that kind of stuff, and I have confidence, and I do portray a lot of Leo characteristics. That's the reason why I couldn't just shake the tropical astrology. That's how come I knew that there was truth in both of them, but it had to be like in order, or it had to be in its proper places or whatever. And when I was in Spirit told me that the Vedic or the sidereal astrology really deals more so with our soul. If these tweezers don't stop holding on to this god doggone lash, I'm gonna be highly upset. So yeah, So I find that I am in a Leo. I did like to be the center of attention, and from time to time, I still like to be. I am dramatic or whatever, but I am more of a homebody. I am very, very sensitive. I am also like I'm sensitive, like cry at the drop of a dime sensitive. Not saying that Leos are not sensitive people, but that is not what Leos are actually known for. But Cancers or all water signs to a certain degree are known for being very emotional beings. And that is the truth about me, right? And so you're with yourself 24/7. You know certain things that even if you don't want to pay attention to it or you don't want to know it or you don't want to, accept it about yourself, it still is what it is. And being emotional, guys, is what it was and is for me. And that's when I had to really, really pay attention to the fact that, oh my God, I'm not this Leo person that everybody be saying I am. Like, I know I have the traits in there, but listen, I'm different, right? And of course, everybody may think that they're different, but I mean, I knew that I was sincerely different from, even with, they say that Leos can be bossy. Now, that's true. I really am bossy. That's not a lie. Because that's both a Leo thing and the fact that I'm really literally the firstborn. But long story short, Sidereal is soul. It is literally your spirit, how you really genuinely are inside and all that kind of stuff. Now, when I got to tropical, spirit was showing me that tropical is like my character, or it's the way that my soul expresses itself in the world. So, with me being Leo, Sun, and Moon, I am self assured. I'm very confident. I'm magnetic. People are drawn to me, things like that. I'm a powerful influencer and things of that nature. But my soul's purpose, or my soul, is here to be spiritual and to talk about the spiritual things, and not just spiritual things but emotional things as well. Like, I am a huge advocate for people, operating in emotional intelligence, because first of all, it's a necessity if you ask me, and especially in relationships. Okay. Also, what I'm learning is I love to spend a lot of time alone. I like spending a lot of time not only just alone but at home. Okay, and that is a classic, first of all, water sign trait, but it's also a classic trait of Cancer, almost like Capricorn. So, nutshell, I feel that it's extremely important for us to get to know ourselves, because, if you listen to even, it doesn't matter if the people love you or if they don't know you, people will give you advice about what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, and stuff like that, and they don't really know you. And then if you listen to them, you can find yourself miserable or really significantly hurt, to be quite honest, because you also don't know you and you weren't listening to yourself, right? It's important to know your soul, because your soul is much more than the way that you show up in the world. Your soul is the essence of who the fuck you are. You understand? So, for me, I would recommend people looking into sidereal astrology a lot more than what they tend to do. I understand that tropical is one of the more popular here on the West, but yeah, I would literally recommend, like, if you want to know, I mean, who you truly are in your core. Not saying that you can't know this without ever, experiencing sidereal or whatever, but I just have noticed, because before I experienced sidereal, I knew that I still wasn't like the typical Leo or whatever, because I'm like, I'm sensitive, I'm a crybaby, I'm all these other things, because it's not even just that, but I'm extremely psychic, extremely sensitive. I'm an empath like crazy. Not saying that Leos cannot be that, but again, you guys, my heart is at home. My heart is with my family. I want a family of my own. I'm not like, the older I get, the less the less outward I am, and so that makes all of my Leo, and that makes all my Leontine character traits almost dissipate or disappear. They're still here and they have to be used, but I feel like they're supposed to be used in alignment with your soul. So I had been doing things before in life and I wasn't really guided, because I was still just on the making shit happen thing, but I was making things happen that, yes, I have some attachment to, but it wasn't like from the depths of my soul, so it could change. But then on top of that, let me tell y'all, and then I'm gonna shut up. The other thing that I learned about myself is that because I'm a water sign, first of all, and because I'm Cancer, ruled by Cancer, it's like the moon. First of all, the moon changes from a sign, from a different zodiac sign, every 2 days. I was wondering how come my mind changes so much about certain things, and why why I change my mind myself, and like why I'm always doing something, like always changing some shit up. I'll be good for like however long, 2 days, maybe more, and then I gotta switch shit up. Well, that's the moon. Moon is all about change. All about it, okay? And not just that, it makes me extremely emotional. So every sign that the moon is in, I can sense so much stuff like before it happens. I'm going through it. I'm feeling a lot of shit. You understand what I'm saying? I think the beautiful thing about that, because at first I was freaking out. At first, like when I say I was freaking out, I'm talking about just yesterday. You understand? And I feel like this is something that Spirit is telling me for myself, just so I can understand myself more. Because just the other day, like the past few days, I've been feeling really down, feeling kind of blah, literally feeling kind of lost, because I'm like, damn, like, you know, sometimes I be feeling like I don't know who the fuck I am. But the truth of the matter is I do know who I am, and even if I didn't know, my natal chart can help me. You know, it can help teach me about myself. And so I'm simply stating out loud that I would recommend everybody learn your natal chart, because that is going to show you about you. That is going to teach you about who the hell you are, why you operate the ways that you do, why your soul yearns for certain connections. You know what I'm saying? Why you do certain things, why you aren't prone to do certain things, where you could do better when it comes to making money. Because see, that's one of my issues right now. That's one of the things that I'm really nervous about, like trying to figure out how to make ends meet in this life, and it's not easy. Okay? But I'm learning that my money could come from as spiritual matters, basically esoteric things and all that kind of good stuff. Like me speaking to other people about the spiritual matters, like that's how I'm gonna make my money. You feel me? But if I'm not careful, or like I used to be at a job and I used to be like, oh my God, I don't want to work for nobody else. I want to do A, B, and C. And my mind changed a lot. Hence, every 2 days, your sign is in a different, the moon is in a totally different sign or whatever. But long story short, I'm just learning how important it is for us to know who we are, because people can love you and they can be trying to assist you. And if you're like me, which you're able to be changed all the time, you're able to be changed like me as a water sign, because we're fluid. We can go with the flow most of the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that water signs don't have like their own mind, because I really know that we do, but it's like it can be changed because water changes. Water adapts. You feel what I'm saying? It'll go up with the tide or it'll recede. So it just is what it is. Like I'm learning that that's the reason why esoteric things have always, I'm talking about always excited me. I'm learning that it's the reason why I'm such an empath, why I am somewhat psychic, and I can pick up on other people's vibes and tell them about their life, and I'm just like, oh my God, I hear very clearly from spirit. Um, and so it's teaching me so much about myself, guys. And I'm so happy. But it's also kind of scary sometimes, because if you don't have this, right? If you don't have this insight, if you don't have this information, or if you are afraid to look into it, you'll be walking around here confused as hell, like I was. Like I'm still confused most days. I'm still just learning, about how to wrap my head around who the fuck I am, what my spiritual gifts are, why they're important for me to really delve into and learn and explore. Um, you know, Literally my mood shifts a lot, because in my soul and the way that my spirit is set up, I'm a Cancer. only that, it's that we feel everything. We feel everything so deeply, guys. Like, sometimes I'm down, and I didn't start off that way. I wasn't always down. It's just like I can feel also other people's stuff too. So I have to learn how to be careful because I'm thinking that I'm feeling my own stuff, but it might not be mine. It could be somebody else's. You feel me? But that also makes me very considerate and caring of other people because I can sense their shit. And honestly, if I don't get their shit off of me, I'm jacked up, you know? So I have to sometimes say what spirit is telling me to say for people, which will in essence help me help myself, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So all I'm saying is this is not, I just really feel like it's really important for us to learn ourselves on a soul level, not just on how we appear to the outside world, which I feel is what the tropical zodiac represents. It represents our physical appearance as well, or our physical, like us in this physical plane. Like I said, how we take action here, how we manifest things here, how we do things here, how our soul is going to show up, how it's going to be recognized. But at the end of the day, your soul is who you really are. And that's what's always affected, if you ask me, by the moon so readily. Those are the deep things, the mysterious things, the hidden things. You feel me? So I would recommend you learn your sidereal astrology placements because it's so significantly important in your life. Like, I bet you it'll put you up on game on so much stuff about yourself. You'll realize, oh, okay, so that's the reason why I'm like A, B, and C. Whatever. Long story short, guys, I don't know why Spirit had me talking to myself about that. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because, you know, I can feel like a loser sometimes. Just because I feel like I'm not super clear. I feel like I change my mind so often and all this other kind of stuff. And I feel like Spirit is reminding me, like, you literally are, you know, I'm both the daughter of the sun and the fucking moon. Like, I've got divine masculine, and not to say that nobody else does, but like as a Leo, I might come across as masculine. But on the inside, like my soul is feminine as hell. Oh God. So imagine the, like, when both sides are unhealed, the war that's fucking going on in my brain and my body and everything all the time. So I feel like this was a beautiful thing for Spirit to do for me. I'm really grateful. But now it's just like I gotta figure out, like, Jude, how is it that you, knowing what your soul is here to do and what's important for your soul, how can you use that information to assist you with doing what you're called to do in this world, to make your money, and it's not just about my money, you know, again, because this is a soul thing for me. It's gonna be great that I can make money off of this or that I can make my living, but because my soul or my spirit place, it seems to be A1, it's like I'm struggling in bridging the gap between the spiritual and the physical. And so with me being a Leo sun and moon, it's looking like whatever I'm doing, it's going to be in the public. It is going to be when it comes to maybe drama or acting or writing or whatever, like music, creative outlets, basically, because Leo rules the fifth house. The fifth house is all the house about entrepreneurship and dramas and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I feel like stuff is beginning to click for me because of this. But again, this can happen for each and every one of us, you know, and we need this. Like, you need your soul to be at ease and you need your soul to be being fulfilled, as well as, you know, obviously this physical place. You need to know how you need to show up in this physical place because you're here in a physical place. So I'm going to shut up. Peace out, A-Town down. Y'all saw how I do my head wrap every now and again. It is what it is. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. Peace, love, light, and darkness working in balance together. I love y'all. It's the Pretty Coach and the Pretty Coach Oracles signing out.